Good evening and welcome to the Globali Author Talk Show episode 5. Today, we dive into a fascinating idea that books aren't just bound pages. They can be blueprints for change. From a single manuscript to a global movement, authors have the power to shape minds, ignite revolutions, and inspire societies to evolve. The question is now, how do we turn stories into social change campaigns? Let's explore the journey where imagination meets impacts and where words become the future. Today, we have with us eminent personalities, authors, dignitaries, Williamsji Maveli sir, Rushin H. Vadhani, and Dr. Ashfak Ahmed. Welcome, all of you. In the beginning, I would request all of you to introduce yourself and give us a brief idea about the books you have authored. I would request William sir to begin.
First of all, thank you for inviting me for this short author show. What I wish to say, out of my 70 books, one of my books titled "When the River Turns Red." The title is "When the River Turns Red." That was my personal experience of year 1976 and 77 during India's emergency period, which was a very dark age or dark year in my college life. When I was a college student for my commerce graduation, I had to face this drastic situation which was prevailing all over India. And based on that, after 50 years of gap, I was recollecting my experience on those days, which is compiled into a book titled When the Rivers Turn Red. That's all about the book. And I have the book in Amazon and published paperback as well as Kindle edition. And I am sorry I could not collect the book right now. And that is the best book which I can say that has inspired me a lot to change the
If you have,
situation.
so if you have the
Yeah,
book with you, we can show our viewers a brief.
I knew that you would ask, but unfortunately, all my copies are gone to my friends. But I have some other books to show only, but I don't want to highlight about those books which is not connected with changing the society or the situation. What I want to highlight about this when rivers turn red, that title itself says that it is part of revolution in India during late Srimati Indira Gandhi's rule in India. And as a boy, what all I faced in the streets, what I faced on the college portico when I was the editor for the college magazine under leftist body, which I won by the maximum vote. And I was recollecting that after 50 years in this book, which was released in 2024 and published by Literature's Right in Chhattisgarh. And the concept is that what I'm trying to say, other books are there, but I'm sorry, it's not meant for changing anyone. I'm drastically sure that a book can change a reader, a book can change a society,
Yeah, we'll come back to the
anyone.
discussion, sir. We'll come
Yeah,
back to the discussion. I
okay,
would
okay,
request
okay.
Rushin H. Vadhani, sir, to introduce himself and give us a brief idea about the books you have authored.
Yeah, hi. First of all, thank you for having me on this show with you and allied speakers as well. Well, talking about myself, I have been into corporate for last 22 years, and now there has been a pivotal shift in my life where I have turned into an academician pursuing my doctorate, and I am also a first-time author with my debut book called as Awesome I. So that's the book. Now this book is the need of the time, and it's perfectly suiting to the theme of today's talk, where I would say this book is out of my experience written for young professionals and management students for the pivotal shift in their life, because this book is my own journey into corporate and achievements that I have done in my life. These are the anecdotes with few of the young professionals and students which I had while working in the companies like Reliance, Wellspun, Aditya Birla Group, all allied companies to work with. and the book talks about self-discovery and success. And I would say this is not a book because this book, after the release, has become a movement in itself, whereby it's bringing a lot of difference to the young professional and students and the readers. And I'm glad to share that that's an encouraging one. So I invite all the viewers and the readers that it's available on all the leading platforms to have this book. And it's a very short book of 70 pages, deliberately written short and sweet, because today's Gen Zs and young professionals have very limited attention or time to read. So I have tried to contribute in a very precise manner.
Thank you, sir. So we come to Dr. Ashfaq. I would request Dr. Ashfaq to introduce himself and also the book he has authored. On his behalf, I will show the book. Yes. Yes, Ashfaq.
Yeah,
Over.
hi, ma'am, and hi, sir, both of them. And I am from Chennai, basically. I have a doctorate in commerce. So, what I thought was, I'm basically a Periyarist. I hope you know who is Periyar, E.V. Ramasamy Nayakar. So, I am a ardent follower of him. So, at a particular point of time, I thought that a woman is carrying a lot of burden on her shoulder. So, an example, if she has a drunken dad, she has to bear him, she has to earn for him, she has to feed him food and all that. And if it is a boy, he can go away wherever he wants, leaving his father and all that. Uh, every point, everything, caste, religion, creed, uh, race, everything is held by a woman in society. If woman is polluted, then the caste is polluted. Such a way, woman is actually cornered to a particular situation where she has to save all that on her shoulders. So I thought to write something which a woman can choose to be a butterfly and fly with all the colors. And that's the topic is actually overleap all the constraints. So
On Ashfaq's behalf,
she is actually overcoming all the constraints.
this is his book. It's available on Amazon, and it is actually a change to the society. Ashfaq can, the book hasn't reached him, so I'm showing on his behalf. Yes, Ashfaq, last two lines about your book.
Yeah, it is like basically overleap all constraints. Like I say, women, like there are a lot of conditions for women, most conditions for women. That is very sad, actually. And I don't want to show sympathy rather than empathy towards them. Not whom am I to show? Nothing to show. But so I just want to write a book on that. So I wrote that.
Good. Great to know you, dear authors. Artists, congratulations for writing amazing books. Now I would start with Russian author Russian, I would say. A question I would like everyone to put forth their views on this. Do you believe authors have a responsibility beyond storytelling to influence society and shape public discourse? Yes. Over to you, Rashid.
Certainly, yes, because I believe authors are responsible to transform the society, and I would call authors as cultural architects. Because the book that has been written by an author, it is his thought, it is his experience, it is his content. For example, the book I have written, Awesome I, is at a very right time where it is bringing a shift in the mindset of the young generations, which we call them as Gen Zs. And today's, as you see, we are staying in a very dynamic world where everything is chaotic, and many things have become complex for new generation rather than being simple, even if they are an AI generation. So I strongly believe it's the content, it's the thought that would certainly bring a lot of shift into a movement, and finally it transforms the society in a bigger way.
Indeed. Thank you so much for your views. Yes, Ashfaq,
Yeah,
your
ma'am.
your book is on transformation. You are here voicing for a woman. Can literature truly change the course of society? The society has been demeaning women according to you, or the way we see. Can literature truly change the course of society, or does it simply reflect the changes already happening?
More than expecting to make a change, more than like what a change it would be getting, and more than what is the size of amount of change that would bring. I am just doing the contribution to a certain level that at least a few readers among my audience might change, might transform, and the ideas and opinions they have over the uh, women constraints might change, and that is my opinion actually.
Do you think literature can actually change the course of a society, or it is only limited to your friends?
It has to come back, ma'am, for say like how uh, people who are using crafts to do wooden works were once sent out of the offices, sent out of the factories, when the machine came to carve the wood. But right now we are spending
Uh-huh.
so much on handmade crafts, handicrafts material, wooden materials. Like the same way, I think the people gone from reading right now in YouTube and Reels and Instagram will be coming back to books. So in that case, an author or a literature writer might give a good impact on society.
Vikram, sir, you have written so many books, more than 70, I suppose, as far as I know. And many of your poetry actually reflects the society. Do you believe that actually authors have the responsibility beyond storytelling, and actually can literature change the course of the society?
Sure, definitely. Definitely, literature can change the person, the society, the country, even. The reason is that literature has got an influence with the human touch. When there is human touch, human is connected with the family by birth, and the family is connected with the community or society or to the nation and to the world. When it comes, whether it is fiction or non-fiction, the person, the author who is writing the book, he is not seeing the reader who is going to read this book, whether it is going to be bought by readers, whether it is being read by readers. It is not the author's problem. The author's problem is to write whatever he feels to change the world. That's the main point, whether by poetry, whether by short story, or whether now. But these days, what is happening, it's the other way. That's my point. My point is that definitely literature can play a big role in changing the society, no doubt about it. But at the current moment, people are, or the society is misguided, or the society is being displayed in such a way which is fake, which is not fake, we don't know. What I believe, once the fiction or non-fiction, whatever it may be, whether it is changing the society or not changing the society, or the person, or the nation, or the thought, this should be recorded in a book and should be preserved as, and once then it will become the part of the history. That's how I managed to read about revolutions in all the countries, especially during the emergency situation. I could recall it and give a new idea about it. If you ask a question, if that emergency is coming in India, will that situation will be making the society to change or not? That question can be asked to me. I am sure the literary people or the authors can change the world. Not only the society, the world can be changed by literature, by
Coming back
poetry.
to Russian, sir, how can you are an author now? Yes, you have been. You are a corporate person, but now that you have authored a book, I would definitely, honor you as an author. So, how can an author ensure their work goes beyond entertainment to inspire action? See, writing a book is not just giving a story to the public, to the readers to read. It's not just about entertainment, but how do we make this entertainment and inspiration?
Very good question indeed, because in fact I'm experiencing this. What you have been relating to it. In fact, book, as I mentioned, is thoughts and content, but moreover, it is the emotions, and these emotions are mirror of the readers that are reading the book. So it changes into association, transformation, and then the reader, whatever sparks to him from reading the book gets into an action. And in today's digital age, things have become far more easier because it's not primitive to read books. Even there are different modes of understanding the content. That could be through audiobooks, that could be different media. For example, also my book has now changed into a moment where I have associated with leading B schools, institutions, corporates, and I have started conducting the workshop. So it's gone beyond the entertainment where it is really making a sense to the reader, where it is bringing the change in its own capacity. And the best endorsement would be the criticism, would be the challenges to the author's book, which means that the book is making a noise into the world. And if there are critics, which means the book is becoming successful, the content is becoming successful. So the journey is wonderful, and it makes a lot of sense.
Right. Coming to Ashfaq, see, you have a very bold cover page as far as I have seen your book. You have a bold cover page. Your story is reflecting the society, touching a bold topic, touching the issues which many fear to speak about. You are here, your book is a perfect example to the society, the change which we are speaking. Now, how do cultural context and timing at present, Rushin sir spoke about Gen Z, how we are, facing a revolution. So how do cultural context and timing affect whether a book becomes a movement? Can a book become a movement toward changing a society?
I don't know whether my book will become a movement, but there are certain books that have changed the entire world, like Das Capital or Communist Manifesto or Wealth of Nations, etc., etc. So the point I have chose the bold cover page was like I don't want to sell my book with the bold cover page because it intrigues the audience. It was just I want to put it a bold cover because everybody said not to put it. So that's why I've made that choice to put it. So actually, when I'm telling overlap all the constraints, that includes me putting the cover page also. So that's how it is.
But that's what constraints, letting the society accept what is not accepted. Maybe a change. William sir,
Yeah.
many of your poetry books, they are not, they are I do not know whether they are free verse, they are rhyming, they are non-rhyming, and you are more into poetry. But do you think fiction or non-fiction is more powerful, as you mentioned, in your first, answer? Fiction, whether it be it non-fiction or fiction, do you think fiction or non-fiction is more powerful in driving social change, and why? Or
Non.
do you think
Yeah. Okay.
poetry overrules?
Yeah. Okay. Fictional writing cannot influence the society much rather than non-fictional writing. That's the first sentence which I want to say. When I write about change the rules, otherwise I will change you itself. If I say one word, change yourself, else I will change you. In other words, I will kill you. That's the meaning of that. So when it comes in poetry, if I write a short poem, say either you change yourself or I will be changing you. The two words. So that is not a part of fiction. That's a part of my ideology, revolution, or thought in poetry or in story, whatever it may be. So what I'm trying to say, if we want to change the people, we have to say something which should be very bold enough, which may be wrong for others, which may be wrong for the society. But as an author, as a strong author, or as a poet, if you write, I am going to change you. If you don't change yourself, I am going to eradicate you from this world. That may be the drastic step. So that we are giving a fear, we are giving a fearful situation to the people and bringing them to the correct line. That may be wrong, but I am of that line, I am of that thought. The poetry should be in red color. In other words, it should be revolutionary. It should be giving a radical change. That's what I want to say about non-fiction,
Ashfaq,
poetic.
being a fiction writer, do you agree that fiction cannot, influence much than a non-fiction? Do you agree that? Because there are many, fictions we have read actually reflecting society, portraying, projecting the society and
Yes,
trying to bring in a change. Ashfaq,
I
do
do.
you
Yeah.
agree?
I do. Yeah, I do understand the question. Fiction to
Sir, this
50%.
is sir, 30 seconds. Just this question is to Ashfaq. Then I'll come back to you. Ashfaq, do you
Okay,
agree to
okay,
this?
fine.
It depends on the audience, ma'am. Like, you know, people changes like waves. Right now, if you say that self-help books are like a fast-selling books right now, in previous era, like 20 years back, they used to sell a lot of book like how to sell and how to market, and a lot of books about sales and corporate were actually circulating a lot in markets. And before that, there were so much of poetry books were there, and before that, so much of uh, fictions were there. That's the era where Dostoevsky, Tolstoy, and many people like Russian author have entered into Indian society, and people started reading them. So I think War and Peace is the one is actually a book which will teach you how to be precise on your emotions, being emotionally intelligent, and Arundhati Roy's God of Small Things would teach you how to be not a casteist, and I think fictional books in a way, in a certain way, uh, it's like telling a message through cinema, like how it is. The message is set through a book. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Russian sir, like your book is non-fictional. Definitely, it's motivating, inspirational. How do you see it? William sir told that he has brought into poetry. Definitely, poetry has immense power to change the world. So, what is your view in this? Do you
Uh,
agree?
I believe fiction books or non-fiction books both have powers to change and bring movement. A fiction book called as The Killing of Mockingbird, which is imaginative and a beautiful book, which has brought a lot of insights into the readers, and there has been changes. And they are imaginations, but these imaginations somewhere touch the emotions of the readers. And of course, non-fiction books are based on the experience models, and they are all data driven. So definitely they are bringing transformation. But I strongly believe fiction books too have power to touch readers' heart and bring a change.
William sir, in a
Yes,
short, attention spans, can books still compete with digital activism as a tool for change? You are a poet. And we can see, today social media becoming so active for the Gen Z, or for the not even Gen Z, to the entire population, to the all the people today are more attached to social media, or social media, this digital activism, one news, one protest, one unrest, it is completely driven by social media. The digital activists are very very active on social media. So do you think that uh, in a world of short attention spans, can books still compete with this digital activism as a tool for change?
I do believe that books can play a very vital role in the among the readers around the globe, no doubt, because digital means, but the word itself, digital means, it will fade away after few hours, few days, few months. Even all the websites or www websites, all digital channels or digital data can be faded and it can come back later. It depends. But we have only two eyes. As an author, I feel that book reading will enhance your imaginative power, your thoughts, your ideas. It will shape up your life. It can prolong for much time rather than doing it through digital media like Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, whatever it may be. Because most of the readers are not reading, they like to watch, they like to see. That's a problem. And seeing from 24 hours, seeing the mobile is always a dangerous aspect in way of psychological aspect, physical aspect, everything. But reading brings you happiness, joy, peace, and everything. So I am opting for the book publishing exclusively.
Right. Rushin, so how do you, again, your book is, you may call it motivational, you may call inspirational, or it is a guide to the young aspirants. You can, term your book to be such. But we also find many, motivators, you say, or whatever, the social media is full of motivators today, or guides, or, people are there, coming live with their own channels, giving lectures, giving they are guiding the people. So this digital activism or digital workshops, whatever we say, do you think books can overrule them, and books can play a better role in bringing a change to the society or the transformation we are looking forward, or we are just entrapped with this digital term?
Based on my experience, I have a different view. I would say it is a shift in our attitude. Now, today I see my readers, and the purpose of my book is to bring change in young professionals and corporate leaders and students as major. Now, my book will not be read by people if there is no awareness about it, because I'm a newbody in this whole community. So for that, I need to understand where does my audience be, and that's a digital media or a social media. So I write a lot of blogs on my book on LinkedIn. I put Instagram posts. I put snippets, and that's how the buzz is being created. And because of the word of mouth, I get a lot of invitations from different institutes to conduct a workshop or a session on the book, you know. And purely it's because of the digital reach, because in my own capacity, I don't have heavy budgets to spend on marketing. I'm a self publisher. And the best example is by word of mouth. I am here today being your guest on the show. That is purely word of mouth because of digital media. So I believe that books definitely have a place, but the new generation believes in different modes of digital books. For example, Kindle, Audible, or any digital form they would like to get it. The purpose of the author should be the message needs to be conveyed. The movement has to be started, and there needs to be some action or a difference to the reader. Then it might be through book or it might be through a digital media.
Ashfaq, what
Yes,
do you
ma'am.
think, as an author, what risks do authors face when their words challenge power structures or dominant ideologies?
That is actually the main concept is that the core concept is that we are writing in order to, ma'am, actually a good writer or a good journalist or a good activist are someone who is actually questioning the establishment, someone who is actually questioning the state, someone who is questioning the power. Like a writing has to reflect the voice of the common people, the poor, the downtrodden, the untouchables, to the parliament, I guess so. So the voice has to be louder. So we, as an writer, we have a great duty on our shoulders to carry the voices of the unheard to the greatest power, the state, and the so-called establishment.
Right. William, sir,
Yep.
you've been a very experienced author, poet. Do you think, can collaborations between authors, activists, and policymakers amplify the impact? Together, we all can work to bring in a society. Do we see such collaborations today? An effort to bring a change?
Yes. Yes, it is highly essential. We should interact with other people, and we should even write with a collaborative nature. As I have produced many books collaborated with many others worldwide. And I mean, first part will be X, and the second part will be with Y, and that will give a collective thought on both authors. It's a contribution. I always support that collaborative writing will enhance ideas of both people, and it will give more readership, more wider readership to other people, and it is a matter of supporting each other. As authors, I should not keep my own authorship. Oh, I am the only author. No, all are using pen. They are authors, and they should have an open, wide angle on life thoughts and sharing thoughts together. This is my view.
Rushin sir, can all of us, policy makers, authors, motivators, guides, skilled trainers, we say skilled trainers, we all, activists, authors, we all can, unite and bring in an impact, the change we are looking forward to? Is it possible? Or do we see in any time or coming, any time in, like, in the recent times, have we seen, or do we see something of like that, coming to us? Or is it possible? Can we all make an effort?
Yeah, certainly. I would say that it's a triangular love story, you know, and it's a collaborative effort. If each one of us, right from the author's thought content, creating an awareness, making an impact, reaching to the society, policymakers executing those changes that are being driven, and it becomes a common platform where each stakeholder has a role to play, and it becomes a win-win situation. So definitely, this collaborative effort is a long fetch idea, and not only a reader would get benefit, but the change in the reader would bring a change in his family to the society and country at a large. So it would be a catalyst movement that could happen. Certainly, this is the need of the time where we all come together, have a collaborative approach for a larger, bigger, and a noble cause.
Ashfaq, do you
Yeah.
think publishing industries and platforms do enough to support socially transformative works? You are a new author, I know. But do you think, like, have you seen such platforms or publishing industries, they're actually supporting enough for transformating? This is a question to everyone, actually. Do you think publishing industries and platforms do enough to support socially transformative works? Ashfaq.
From my experience, Mousumi, ma'am, you have accepted my bold book so that I can say that the first publisher I approached is you, and you have said yes to my script. That was a bold script, questioning the authority and state and the establishment, and women empowerment and women rights and LGBTQ rights, all about it. So I think always in Indian media and Indian society, the writers and activists and the publishing house eventually are always left, and the state has always been on right, whether it is Congress or BJP, whomever it is, they always stand right. And but Congress will handle them softly, but BJP will shoot in their heads. That is different. So that's what is, man. Publishing house and activists and writers are always left inclined. So they will be like supporting. Actually, they are supporting, like how you do to me.
So, William, sir, like a long experience, many young authors and poets look up to you. Do you think you have published so many books? Do you think publishing industries and platforms are doing enough to support
No.
social transformative work?
No, no, no. Seriously, no. The reason is that if a publisher is an author, or if the publisher is a poet, then he will get the idea of the society, the need of the society, the need of the human, the need of hunger, or what is the solution. But if the publisher is only just for publishing a book and getting money out of it, that publisher is not going to support the society. I would prefer to give my new books to a publisher who is serious in helping the society to change. So right now, according to my experience, either the publisher is more interested to get more books to be published, not to change the society. This is my clear-cut answer for that. And I don't think any publisher will publish a book just for publishing sake. If the content is good and if the content is enabling the society to get a change, they may still ask for a high cost for publishing the book. So it is up to the author who wants to decide which book should go to which publisher. That's what I want to say. If there is a noble cause, let any publisher come forward to publish the book and support the author, which is not happening much in India, as far as I am concerned. This is my view on that. But I won't abruptly complain this. But there are some publishers who are serious, like maybe you are. I have never come across in the publishing policies with you, but still I feel there are some publishers who are serious in taking the material or the content which is helpful for the society or changing the society. But the prime motive of a publisher is just to get the book published and republished and make money out of it. This is what they are seeing it in a business point of view, not in aesthetic point of view, not in a societal point of view. This is my opinion.
Coming to Rushin, so yes, we find many publishers rejecting books because maybe the topic is not suiting, or the fear of getting into publishing such books. Maybe it is because I remember one of my incidents, I had a bold topic, and I gave my book to a publisher, and he published, and then he gave me the NOC saying that this is too bold, we cannot handle it, we won't publish your book further, you can take it away. So the book was on LGBTQ. So they did not, and the publisher suggested me that no, being a woman, being a female, you should not publish such books. So that book was rejected, although it was published later. But this is the truth. It happens that many publishers, they fear to accept books with themes or topics or ideologies that may turn otherwise to them, or they feel that may go against their principles, or that may go against their publishing houses, or they may be questioned by the so-called society's framework. So how do you look into it? You have also published your book. Do you think that the publishing industry is actually, they are creating a platform to support socially transformative works?
Honestly, no. My answer is no, and a strong no. It's a big gray world and it's a nexus. The leading publishing house wants the author, those who have name and fame. A newcomer like me, even if I have a strong content which is now making a lot of news, still no author, no publishing house came forward because I was not known to them and it did not make a business sense to them. They look everything from business and marketing. And why blame publishing house? I will also blame the leading bookstores of this country. I approached many of them to keep my book free of cost for the love of the readers. Let the readers read this book. They gave me unacceptable terms and conditions, which means somewhere we have speed breakers. It's not encouraging. you know if I am from the same community, I should encourage, I should bring new authors on the platform who are writing bold topics just like you and Dr. Ashraf. We all have our struggle. But I look at optimistically. Then we have digital platforms. We have Amazon Kindle. We have Flipkart, where these platforms you can publish it. And today, I would encourage any new publisher or new writer to come and help them with self-publishing, because I have gone through this journey, right from editing to cover page to ISBN number. And today, if readers are liking my book and are accepting it, which means the book has a merit and a credit into it, which maybe the publishing house did not see and did not give me that opportunity. But that doesn't stop an author from publishing a book. Like each
Indeed.
one of us will go ahead and make things happen with them or without them. But I would also like
I
to
wish
make one
I
point.
invite all the publishers, I invite all the publishing platforms to come forward. If we actually want a change in the society, we have to accept the unique. We have to accept the newcomers. We have to accept new ideologies, new talks. And yes, I hope every book becomes a global movement when it is written with the motto of changing the society, with the motto of inspiring the people, with the motto of transformation. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the Global Eye. We would meet once again next time, next topic, again with something new that could actually bring in a change to our minds, to the society, and to the world. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for joining the Global Eye.